Did you know an average Formula One driver earns several $1,000,000 annually just from their team? That's not even touching the income from sponsorships and endorsements. They have every reason to splash out on a life of luxury, but it's surprising to see that some of them still choose to keep it low-key. Some of them live like average Joes. Let's have a look at the simple day-to-day lives of these extremely rich F1 drivers. Number 9. Esteban Ocon, $20 million. This is the life of Esteban Ocon, a Formula One star who might be earning millions but lives life with a stunningly down-to-earth vibe. Esteban, currently working for Alpine, started his high-speed career back in 2016 at the Belgian Grand Prix. As for today, he has a solid victory lap from the 2021 Hungarian Grand Prix under his belt and $20 million to his name. But the thing is, despite his big fat bank account, Esteban hasn't let it go to his head. Nope, this guy is as grounded as they come. Why, you ask? Well, Esteban's journey to F1 was not your typical silver spoon ride. It was packed with so many sacrifices. First of all, young Esteban's family once had to sell their home and his dad's garage just to keep his racing dream alive. After doing that, the family used to live in a caravan. That's right, while other kids might have been setting up lemonade stands, Esteban was living and breathing karting, traveling to races in what was essentially a mobile tiny house. And Esteban loved it. He was not pining for a mansion. He was living his best life on the road and on the track. Even today, with the world of luxury just a signature away, Esteban sticks to his roots. He doesn't just reminisce about those caravan days, he embraces them. And his humility does not stop at lifestyle choices. This guy's heart is big. Esteban donates to charity whenever he gets the chance. One notable instance was when he donated his race-worn helmet from the 2022 French Grand Prix. The helmet was auctioned, and the proceeds were directed to support ill children and teenagers. Additionally, Ocon's supportive nature was highlighted during a charity event hosted by a YouTuber. The event was a 24-hour charity stream, and it was aimed to raise funds for various causes. Ocon made a point to send his well wishes to the host, contributing to the event's success and inspiring others to participate and donate. So yeah, Esteban Ocon might be one of the top drivers in F1, but off the track, he's just a regular Joe, but with an extraordinary story and a heart of gold. Not so different is his rival, who might be competing on the track but shares a similarly humble approach to life off it. Number 8. Lando Norris, $30 million. Lando Norris might just be your average 24-year-old if you ignore the fact that he's racing around tracks at mind-boggling speeds in Formula One. Since stepping into the F1 spotlight with McLaren in 2019, Lando has quickly won over fans with his skill and a grin that's almost as fast as his driving. He landed his first big podium at the Austrian Grand Prix in 2020 and has not slowed down since. Now, you might think a guy like this, with a net worth of 30 mil, lives a life of luxury. But here's a fun fact. Every weekend, Lando's meal of choice is super simple. Just water and chicken teriyaki with rice. Yep, that's it. No fancy meals or exotic drinks. This racer keeps it straightforward and delicious. And when it comes to fashion, Lando could buy any high-end designer clothing he wants, but guess what? He just buys hoodies. His closet is stuffed with them. He says it's because hoodies are comfy and help him keep a low profile. Since he travels so much, comfort is his top priority, and he's not interested in looking sharp at the airport. He just wants to feel good and make sure he gets enough rest to stay sharp for his races. Speaking of races, Lando has a cool ritual that's all about his team. Every Sunday before the race starts, he makes sure to fist bump every one of his mechanics. It's his way of making everyone feel included. He believes that this little routine might even bring some good luck their way. Lando recently made a big move to Monaco, which is a hotspot for many racers. Even though he wanted to stick close to family and friends forever, as sometimes life has other plans. But no matter where he lives, Lando keeps proving he's not just a fantastic driver on the track, but he's also a great guy who's not forgotten where he came from or the simple things that matter. While Norris moved to a new home, this next driver refused to leave his modest home. Number 7. Sergio Perez, $50 million. Sergio Perez, known to his fans as Checo, is a standout Formula One driver from Guadalajara, Mexico. The youngest of 3 kids, he started karting at just 6 years old. Even back then, Checo was usually the smallest racer on the track, but he never let that stop him. His early start and fearless racing style set the stage for a thrilling career in the fast-paced world of Formula One. Checo made a name for himself with several impressive races, but one of his most unforgettable moments came at the 2020 Sakhir Grand Prix. He won the race after starting from the back of the pack, proving that he could turn any situation around with sheer skill and determination. Today, with a net worth of $50 million, Checo's one of the most recognized F1 drivers. Even with all this money and fame, Checo stays true to his roots and puts his family first. He's a master at balancing the high-speed life of a Formula One driver with being a dedicated family man. Checo married his longtime girlfriend, Carola Martinez, in 2018, and they've built a beautiful family with 4 children. They live in a modest house right in the neighborhood where Checo grew up. Despite suggestions to move to safer or more glamorous places like Monaco, Checo chooses to stay in his hometown. He loves the streets where he played as a kid and doesn't want to leave them behind. This decision just goes to show how much he values his origins and family life over anything else. Checo's choice to stay in Guadalajara, away from the typical celebrity hotspots, makes him perhaps the most relatable and down-to-earth guy in the racing world. He proves every day that you can have all the success in the world and still keep your feet firmly on the ground, surrounded by the people and places that matter most. Next is the person who doesn't shy away from the celebrity lifestyle but still keeps a laid-back attitude. Number 6. Daniel Ricciardo, $96 million. Daniel Ricciardo comes from Perth, Australia, and is known for his wide smile and upbeat personality in the Formula One racing scene. His journey started in karting, a common starting point for many racers. He quickly moved up to more competitive racing in Formula Renault, catching the eye of the Red Bull Junior team. This opportunity kicked off his Formula One career in 2011. Ricciardo's big break came when he won his first Formula One race at the Canadian Grand Prix in 2014. This victory showed his cool demeanor and strategic thinking on the track, traits that have made him a fan favorite. Today, he is not just famous for his driving skills, but also for his vibrant personality, with a net worth of $96 million to boot. Despite his success and wealth, Daniel keeps things chill. He's known for his laid-back attitude and his love for having fun with his fans. One cool thing he did was use a robot to hang out with fans on the streets. Yes, a robot. He controlled it from afar, chatting and interacting with people, showing just how much he enjoys connecting with those who support him. This fun-loving approach is a big part of what makes Daniel stand out. He makes sure everyone is having a good time, whether they're watching him on the track or bumping into him on the street. His ability to stay grounded and relatable despite his fame and fortune makes him a real-life average Joe, but with an extraordinary job. While Ricciardo loves to stay connected with his fans, this next driver is maybe the most introverted person in the F1 world. Number 5. Sebastian Vettel, $140 million. Sebastian Vettel is an incredible F1 driver from Heppenheim, Germany. He began his racing career in karting. Vettel's rise in motorsports was meteoric. He quickly made his way through junior formulas, joining Formula One and driving for a BMW Sauber as a test driver initially. His breakthrough came with Toro Rosso, where he won his first Grand Prix in Italy in 2008, becoming the youngest driver ever to win a Formula One race at that time. Vettel's fame skyrocketed when he joined Red Bull Racing, where he won 4 consecutive world championships from 2010 to 2013. These victories showcased his incredible skill and determination. Today, with a net worth estimated at $140 million, Vettel remains one of the sport's most accomplished and respected figures. Despite his fame and wealth, Vettel is admired for his straightforward, unassuming lifestyle, which resonates well with fans who value simplicity and authenticity. He stays away from the spotlight. The man does not have a single social media account. He prefers private life away from social media, unlike his fellows such as Lewis Hamilton or Charles Leclerc, who enjoy massive online followings. This low-key presence contributes to his average Joe persona, as he focuses more on his personal life and less on public visibility. When asked about the first thing he does when he returns home from the races, Vettel's response is genuinely touching. He didn't mention any lavish activities or extravagant hobbies. Instead, he said that he goes straight to embrace his kids, wife, and even the family dog. This simple joy he finds in family life highlights his down-to-earth character. Sebastian Vettel's life outside the fast lanes of Formula One shows us that he's a man who, despite his global fame and substantial wealth, prioritizes the simple, essential joys of life, which are family, privacy, and personal contentment. Like him is another F1 driver who makes sure to give back to society. Number 4. Jenson Button, $150 million. Jenson Button from Frome, England, got into racing through karting when he was just a kid. He quickly moved up the ranks and made his big debut in Formula One in 2000 with the Williams team. Soon, everyone realized that Jenson was something special. His smooth driving and ability to stay calm during races caught everyone's eye. The highlight of his career came in 2009 when he won the Formula One World Championship with the Braun GP team. That year, Button was nearly unstoppable, winning 6 of the first 7 races. Now it's 2024. And he's not just known for his driving skills, but also for having a net worth of about $150 million. Despite all this success and money, Jenson is a really humble guy. He even holds a record for being part of the longest Formula One race ever at the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix. This race was a real marathon, lasting over 4 hours because of a huge rainstorm. But even with records like this, Jenson stays down to earth and keeps things real. Off the track, Jenson is big on helping others. He uses his fame to support a lot of charities. He started the Jenson Button Trust to help with all sorts of causes, from helping sick kids to supporting cancer research. He's organized big events like triathlons to raise money, which shows how committed he is to doing good. One touching moment was after the 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan. Jenson was deeply moved and helped raise a lot of money for the people affected. Since Japan held a special place in his heart, he made sure to do his part in helping out. Jenson Button shows that you can be a winner on the racetrack and a hero off it. He proves that having a big heart and staying humble can make a huge difference, making him a real-life champion in every sense. After Button, we know a man who truly embraced the high life. But since retiring, he's settled into living just like an average Joe. Number 3. Kimi Räikkönen, $250 million. Kimi Räikkönen, famously called the Iceman, comes from Espoo, Finland. He began racing karts as a kid and quickly moved up the ranks in motorsports. His Formula One debut was in 2011 with the Sauber team, and he soon became known for his cool style and fast driving. Kimi's biggest moment came when he won the Formula One World Championship in 2007 after a thrilling final race in Brazil. This win is still one of the highlights of his career. Today, Kimi's worth around $250 million, thanks to his success on the racetrack. But life looks a bit different for Kimi now that he's retired. Back in the day, Kimi was the life of the party. There's a wild story from 2012 where he went on a 16-day party marathon. He ended up in a pool fully clothed, hung out with friends from sunrise to sunset, and even twisted his ankle trying to copy soccer legend Maradona's moves. This crazy streak even made him miss a test drive with his Team Lotus. These days, though, Kimi's traded his party shoes for family time. He spends most of his days with his kids Robin and Rihanna and his wife Minthu. While he still loves to catch some extra sleep and hang out with friends, these moments are rare treats now. He prefers organized fun now, making sure his family comes first, even with his love for racing still somewhere on his priority list. Kimi's switch from wild man to family man shows a whole new side to him, proving that even the most free-spirited racers can settle down and find joy in the quiet moments at home. He's become an average Joe now. Number 2, Fernando Alonso, $260 million. Fernando Alonso, with a net worth at $260 mil, is not just one of the world's highest paid athletes, but also one of the most down-to-earth. His journey started in humble beginnings, where the simple joys of racing go-karts marked the early days of what would become a monumental career in Formula One. These childhood memories are precious to him, a time when racing was just about fun and not about points or standings. His passion for motorsports was ignited by his father, Jose Luis Alonso, who was also a go-kart driver. Fernando often reflects on the sacrifices his family made to support his budding career. They traveled across Spain and Europe. His mother, Ana Maria, even sewed his racing outfits, continually adjusting them as he grew. These acts of love and support shaped not only his career, but his character. Alonso credits his family with teaching him the importance of unity and support. Despite the usual sibling squabbles with his older sister Lorena, he grew up knowing that family is forever. His roots and upbringing instilled in him a strong sense of humility and gratitude. Today, despite his fame and fortune, Alonso chooses to live a life like an average Joe. He maintains a low-profile lifestyle. He focuses on the values of family and simplicity that were ingrained in him from a young age. This choice reflects his desire to stay grounded and connected to what truly matters, despite the glamorous allure of a high-profile athlete's life. And now, let's talk about the most famous man in the F1 racing world. Number 1. Lewis Hamilton. $300 million. Lewis Hamilton, who has a whopping $300 million to his name, is a big deal in Formula One racing. But even with all that money and fame, Lewis comes from simple beginnings. His dad worked extra jobs just so Lewis could race. This tough start keeps him grounded and helps him remember what's really important. Lewis believes there's more to life than just racing cars super fast. He's into fashion, makes music, and speaks up about big issues like the environment and equality. This makes him more than just a racer. It shows he cares about different things and connects with people all over the world. Back when he was starting, Lewis and his family did not have the best gear or the fastest karts, but they made the best of what they had. His dad's hard work and his own drive to win made him a star. This story makes him feel real and relatable, not just a superstar in a helmet. Lewis keeps things real and enjoys simple pleasures, showing that he values the little things in life as much as his big wins on the track. That's what makes Lewis Hamilton stand out, not just as a champion driver, but as a genuinely cool guy who's not forgotten where he came from, which makes him an average Joe that we all love. Now that we've looked at F1 stars who live simply, let's switch over and see which NFL stars also live like average Joes. Watch our next video to find out who they are.